Okay, friends, I am back, and we are going to be talking about the 7 other contestants in Queen of the Universe. Now, you know what? I know I'm about an episode behind because I just watched episode 2. Is the episode that we're going to be talking about, and we're going to talk about the second set of 7 that came in. So the first girl that came in, she was Ada Vox, and she was from Texas. Let's see. I wrote down that I liked it. Her last 2 notes in her song, she sang "At Last," and of course, we always hear that "At Last" song. A lot of people do it, as Michelle mentions in the show. But you know what? Her singing it, or Vanessa Williams wanted Vanessa. It didn't bother me. What happened for me was, and like I said, I am not a professional at all when it comes to any of these things, is that I am a consumer, and I definitely spend a lot of my money on some of these queens, and I go to some of their shows if they're in town, or I go out of town, or wherever the case may be. So yes, I'm going to give my opinion. If I'm spending my money, I'm going to give my opinion. But anyway, her runs on the last notes kind of like went sideways for me, and sometimes that you gotta begin with an impression, and sometimes you gotta leave it with an impression, and that just didn't do it. So anyway, yeah, that's what I thought about her. Second up, and her look, it happened. Second up, Rahina Vose, I believe that's how you pronounce her name. She's from Mexico. And her look was okay. You know, it was a traditional look. Don't have anything against it. It was okay. Her song. Okay, here's the deal. Her song was in Italian, which was fine. I have no problem with that. I don't speak Italian, but it was fine. The problem with it is that I know one of the judges said that they knew exactly what was happening in the song, and I didn't necessarily get that. I knew it was a love song of some sort, but I didn't know that they were actually parting and saying goodbye. So there could have been many gestures that she could have did that suggested that they were parting ways, not necessarily breaking up, but they had to part ways, and I just didn't get that. Maybe it was too complex for me because somebody else got it. I just didn't see it. It could have been more in the forefront that you didn't have to really guess. So it was good. What else? What other notes did I write for her? That was pretty much it. So Rahini, she's the one from India. I didn't like her look. So she had on like this, and I'm sure there's a name for it. And when she was in it, she looked great. But then when she took it off, I don't know. It just didn't do it for me. And that's not to say that it was good or bad. It just didn't do it for me. And of the night, even though she was like the 3rd person out, I think, she was my least favorite. Like, and she sang her song in Hindu, and that was fine. But it was just something about the presentation of it all. It just didn't do it for me. I've seen a lot better. So the one from London, she's Lava, or something of the sort. I know I am probably butchering her name. Her look, it was plain. For somebody that was experienced as she is, you'd have thought coming to a competition show that is as big as this one, you would want to put on your Sunday's best. You want to put your best foot forward. And I don't want to give too much away on what I think about people, especially when it comes to experienced people in competitions, until I get to one of the other contestants. But she wasn't the best, but she wasn't the worst either. I could take her or leave her. All right. Oh, well, coming up is Jujubee. So Jujubee sings Into You by Ariana. Excuse me. And, you know, I've seen queens do Ariana song. It was one of the lip syncing songs that was on RuPaul's Drag Race, and we know how that song can definitely be seductive. It can be very flirtatious. It can be very racy, as in heart beating. It can be, you can do a lot with it. And Juju B, I wanted to love her so much because I'm such a huge fan of hers. And it just was so one note. Yeah, she looked great, but it was simple. Again, just like I talked about the last girl, Queen, you can't come to a competition on that level, being a veteran just like they both are, and not bring your A game. And I know they hear this, or at least Juju, because she's been on RuPaul Drag Race. Like, they hear it time and time again. You gotta bring it all the time, every time. And that's just the way it is. If you want to win $250,000, you don't come cute and simple. Like, a teddy bear is cute. You need to, and there's a thin line between a lot of the bells and whistles as well. But it sometimes simple is good too. But for what she was doing, for what she was singing, and how people know her, that just wasn't it. I seen her in way better looks. I was rooting for you. So, Mattelli Alec, from Canada. You know, I wrote down that the look was okay. Oh, this was the yodeling queen. So, you know what? The look was okay. Here's the thing with her look, though. Like, the shirt itself, and I know I come on her all sorts of wrinkled, but, and sometimes I do iron. I didn't today. But anyway, her shirt was, like, the solid color, and then I know, like, you know, those cowboy girl shirts have like the design here and the design there and something down the front, but there was just something about all the glitz and glam that was everywhere else, and then maybe not the cape, that I think the shirt should have did a little more, because it was like glitz and glam plain, and it was noticeable, glitz and glam on the shoulders, and then plain. Like, I don't know, the plain parts of her outfit just didn't hit me in the right way, and maybe it should have been more of a sheer. Even if it would have been plain, it should have just glittered or glossed or something a little bit more. I don't know, it worked. The yodeling did work as well. Just like one of the judges asked her, because like, where do you go from here? You can't yodel every single show. So are you just gonna show us one thing and be done? I'll definitely be watching her. And then the last one was Aria B. Casjanane. It's queen from Atlanta, another experienced queen. She's from the pageant scene. Looked very good. Again, if you, and it's easier to get away with like a sequins gown that glitz and glimmer and gleams and all that stuff, which really worked for her. The big hair and the this, that, the other. If you're into big hair, fine. It didn't help or hurt her in my eyes. It was okay. The singing again was okay. I wrote down it happened. I liked it. Her look was good. And that's pretty much what I just said. You know, I don't like to keep you guys here forever and a day. So before the show get ready to go off, and this was an elimination episode, so I was actually surprised that 6 of the 14 of them got the boot so fast. So they're probably going to try to really get through this series. So I am not going to try to drag you guys along. If you've seen some of my other videos, you know I'm going out of town for Christmas. So if this series is all on Paramount, I want to just kind of wrap it up before I go. The judges were mouthing, oh, we sent home the wrong one. We sent home the wrong one. It was between the Indian Queen, Raha, and the London Queen, Lava. And I know that's not her name, but it's L-A, a whole space, V-O-I-X. And between the two of them, I'm sorry, but Raha should have been the one that left. She was the worst out of the two of them. I'm just going to say it. And you know what? I'm glad they see it, and maybe they'll give some of them a second chance to come back, because I honestly think that sending 6 of them home the first day was a lot. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and if you want to be notified every time I post a video, hit the notification bell wherever it may be at on the screen, and I will see you guys in the next video. Good night.